And we're back for another episode. In this episode we're going to be doing the level 35 Paladin quest. So I've been spending a lot of time leveling all my classes these days, and as you can see I've now got every single class that's not 50 to 35, so I'm going to just be doing the level 35 job quests one at a time, and then I'll get them all to 40 and then 45 and so on. So I'm going to be doing all my remaining classes 5 levels at a time going forward. So anyway, I'm back here in Uldar, just here next to the Royal Promenade where the Chamber of Command is, and need to talk to Genlis. And remember that once you get to 30 plus and you've unlocked your job, then you no longer go to your class guild anymore to get the quest. You go to the job quest giver. So let's see what he has to say. So it says the quest is called Honor Lost, and it says Captain Genlins wishes to teach you more of the Paladin arts, and you'll get the ability Cover. It says takes all physical damage intended for another party member, can only be used when member is closer than 10 yards. Okay, accept. So it says you have earned the right to call yourself a Paladin, but how do others treat you? Do they recognize you for what you are? Remember that fancy swordplay and well-polished armor do not make you a Paladin. You must be just in your heart and strive always to be an exemplar of true virtue. Once, not so long ago, the Sultan Sworn could walk the streets with their heads held high. When they marched by, the small folk would look upon them with reverence and gratitude, and no one was more respected than the captain, my predecessor. When I saw him, I was still a child. My father had promised to take me to a local festival, but somewhere he took a wrong turn. We became lost and stumbled into a secluded back alley. Luck was not with us, because the next moment we found ourselves in the middle of a riot. Drunken hunters were firing arrows into the crowd, and we were caught between them. There was no way out. It was only a matter of time before we would be struck. That's when the captain saved us from our plight. I'd never seen a sword move so swiftly. It flashed faster than my eyes could follow, and in seconds the hunters were on the ground or fleeing for their lives. The captain was gone down the street, slicing at their heels before my father had time to thank him. Even today I can see the captain as he was then, blood on his sword, armor impossibly bright in the sun. After that, all I ever wanted to be was a Paladin. I would practice endlessly with my sword, dreaming of bandits defeated and monsters slain. Even after I became one of the Sultan Sworn, the memory of the captain still inspired me. I was always the first to arrive in the training yard and the last to leave. And so the years passed, and before I knew it, I found myself named captain of the Sultan Sworn. Yet the triumph was hollow, because by then the honor of the Sultan Sworn elite, that very thing that drawn me to the Brotherhood, was a mere vestige, like the discarded banner of a defeated foe. There were many reasons for the fall, but the loss of the Oathkeeper, yes, that was the mortal blow. The sword Oathkeeper was bestowed upon the first captain of the Sultan Sworn by then Sultan of Uldar. In time it became our standard, the symbol of the oaths we had sworn, and it was treasured by each new captain for generations. Possession was proof of Sultan Sworn command. But then the unthinkable came to pass. Oathkeeper was stolen by the traitor. It shook our brotherhood to the core. How can we be trusted to protect the Sultanate if we cannot even hold the symbol of our fealty? We have been tarnished in the eyes of ruler and ruled alike. If the Sultan Sworn are to survive, we must find the traitor and recover Oathkeeper. But the Sultan Sworn have grown too weak, and we cannot do it ourselves. We have been forced to recruit outsiders to help us in our cause. I have high hopes for you, my friend, and it is a great thing that we ask, and we must learn more of our secrets if you are to succeed. In Outer Lanosia, near the Hermit's Hovel, is a grove where ringtails congregate. Pitting yourself against a host of the beast would be a fine way to hone your skills that I will teach you. In the grove you'll find another brazier, this time filled with a potent incense that will drive the creatures into a frenzy. Defeat your attackers and return to me. Okay, so we need to head to Outer Lenosia, so the quickest teleport is Camp Overlook. So let's go. Now this gear that I'm wearing right now is the cavalry gear set from the Brave Fox Longstop dungeon. I haven't got the legs yet, but I've got all the other pieces, so it's a good dungeon to farm from 32 to 35, that's for sure. So anyway, let's see. So going out of Lenosia, Camp Overlook. One thing they added in 2.1 as well, it does show the actual zone next to the names. It wasn't there before. So it's kind of hard to believe that in just 4 short months I'm approaching effectively the end of the game. Like until they add more content there isn't that much left to do, because once I get all these to 50, all I'll have to do is finish the main storyline and defeat Turn 5 and Binding Coil. Then I've done everything in the game, because I've already done all the extremes. But then there will be 2.2 coming out soon, so there'll always be more stuff to do, that's for sure. And obviously as well, not everyone can play the game as much as I do, so I should obviously balance it against that. But even after 4 months, I still love every minute here. It's a really fun game. The graphics are amazing, the gameplay is amazing, everything about it is amazing, the music, the community I'm in, everything. Okay, here is the Iron Brazier. Just going to enable Sordo for the sake of it. So I'm just doing the standard rotation. And don't forget that as a Paladin you can heal yourself, because you can take Cure from Conjurer. I'm just going to heal a couple of times. Okay, next wave. Doing this remove combo of Fast Blade to Savage Blade to Rage of Halon is one of the highest ways of generating threat and keeping control of your target. And if you have to, just use your cooldown. Remember as well that as a Paladin you can also restore your mana by using Riot Blade after you've used Fast Blade. So don't allow your mana to ever run out. And then obviously don't allow yourself to die, just keep healing yourself. completely forgot something. So I can actually use stone skin. I really should have. But okay, I survived, so I'll probably do it at a later stage. So anyway, I'm going to teleport straight back to Uldar. So that's a good thing about Paladin, is that they are very highly resilient, because obviously they're the tank, so they do less damage in exchange for being able to survive a lot longer. So even despite so many monsters, I was able to survive. The quickest way to get back to the quest giver is to teleport straight to the Chamber of Command, as I just did, and he's right there next to it. So, well done. You have taken the skills I taught you and made them your own. I still do not have word of where the traitor is hiding, but I will inform you the moment I do. Until then, continue your training. Okay, so now I'm going to get the ability cover. Okay, so that's it. Simple. So, I mean, I was more than ready for that fight. As you can see, I am very well geared as well. Probably the best gear I can have at this level, to be honest, with all this cavalry armor. So that's it. So, thank you for watching, and as always, goodbye from me, and goodbye from Mithrie.